Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Today's lesson is a quick review of our verb numbering system. There are 10 numbers. There are only 10 things you can do to a verb, no more than that. 0 is the infinitive. Verb number 0, the infinitive is the unconjugated form of the verb. For example, it is going to rain. Va a llover. We are going to leave at 2 o'clock. Vamos a salir a las dos. You'll find out that it's very common to take a form of ir and combine it with the infinitive. Things like, I can't help today. Hoy no puedo ayudar. I need to be there. Necesito estar allí. I have to do something. Tengo que hacer algo. A lot of verbs are used with infinitives. Very, very powerful usage and very common every day in Spanish. Now the ing, wow, we use it all the time. It's the English equivalent ing, like raining, studying, buying, listening, hearing, dancing, smoking, talking, eating. Well, for AR verbs, they're going to end in ando. For ER and IR verbs, they're going to end in yendo. There are some stem changing ones that you need to learn, some like with a Y in there, like leyendo and creyendo and oyendo. But basically, ando y yendo for most verbs in the Spanish language. That's the ing. We use the verb estar often with the ing, like it is raining, está lloviendo. The kids are outside playing. Los niños están jugando afuera. This is called the present progressive, but it's just the present tense of estar with an ing, used all the time. Now the past participle in English, there's all sorts of irregulars like bought, seen, fought, done, but there are some that are regular like purchased, finished, completed, studied, ending in ed. Luckily in Spanish, your AR verbs past participle form is going to be ado for almost every verb, and for IR and ER verbs it's going to end in ido. Like this, worked would be trabajado, eaten would be comido. Now there are some irregulars and you'll learn those, not too many. Many times with the past participle, we use the verb haber. Haber, has, a, hemos, habéis, vosotros, and then han. For example, it is raining, está lloviendo. It has rained, ha llovido. Now, you could even combine, you could go like this. It has, take your past participle of estar, estado, it has been, ha estado raining, ha estado lloviendo, right? They have been working very hard. They have would be on, been would be estado, working, trabajando. Han estado trabajando muy duro. The point to be made, make sure you can handle the verb ir all the way through the 7 conjugations. Also the verb estar through all the 7 conjugations, and haber through the 7 conjugations. Very, very important. Let's go to verb number 3, the present tense. This is the tense you use to describe today, now, things that you do, things that happen. There are 2 past tenses, preterite and imperfect. Preterite is for a completed past action, something that happened, it's done, it's over, it's finished, right? I got up. I saw the movie. We won. There was an accident. I had a good time. It rained. It snowed. Dad called. They bought a car. We visited them. All those are completed past actions. That's preterite. Yes, there are a lot of irregulars and stem changers, but you learn them quickly because they're so commonly used. Now the other past tense is the imperfect. Now the imperfect is the past tense you use to describe things that you used to do all the time in the past. Like when I was a kid, cuando era niño, I would play baseball, I would play sports, jugaba béisbol, jugaba deportes. I used to listen to music a lot, escuchaba música. Now it also is would, things that you would do all the time in the past. I would dance, bailaba, I would sing, cantaba. I would read books all the time, leía libros todo el tiempo. So what you would do in the past is imperfect, and what you used to do in the past is imperfect, and to refer to an incomplete past action is imperfect. Preterite is a completed past action, imperfect is an incomplete past action. Such as, when I got up, When I woke up, cuando me desperté or cuando me levanté, it was cold outside. Hacía frío afuera. Well, when you say when I woke up, when I awakened, right? Preterite, that's a completed past action. It was cold outside. It wasn't done being cold. It was still being cold. This is say the entirety of it being cold. When you got up was right here. It was cold before you got up. It was cold after you got up. You're referring to a little point in time in the past and saying, it was cold when I got up. That's an incomplete past action, and that would be imperfect, right? When you say I was 5 years old when I first went to the mountains. Tenía 5 años cuando primero fui a las montañas. Fui is preterite. Tenía is imperfect. Why? You're not saying you turned 5 when you went to the mountains. You're saying that the day you went to the mountains, your age was 5. You were 5 before that, and you were 5 after that, right? So that's why it is imperfect. So there's a big difference between preterite and imperfect. It's kind of a slippery concept, but through explanation and lots of practice, you're going to get really good at it. And I certainly know now you have a much better grasp of preterite versus imperfect than when we started lesson number 1 back at the beginning. Okay, the future is so easy, will. It's what you will do. It will rain, lloverá. But a lot of times we just like to say va a llover. Use the irá plus infinitive. It is going to rain, va a llover. Lloverá is legit. It's just not real common. The straight future is not really that common. I will pay tomorrow, pagaré mañana. That's fine. You might want to say, I'm going to pay tomorrow. Voy a pagar mañana. But the future is will. And this is would. Conditional is would. Now remember, what you would do in the past, that's imperfect. This is would today, tomorrow, or in the future. What you would do today, later today, tomorrow, or in the future, like I wouldn't go. Yo no iría. I would be there. Yo estaría allí. That's conditional. Then our 2 subjunctives. We know subjunctives are a 3-part sentence. We know that the verb in the subjunctive is at the end of the 3-part sentence. We know it's like a car, a hitch, and a trailer. A vehicle, a tow vehicle, a truck, a car, a hitch, and a trailer. Well, the trailer is always going to be present subjunctive or past subjunctive. The hitch, to tow a trailer, is always the word que. And then the beginning of the sentence has to have a provocador. That is a word or a phrase after which you must use the subjunctive. Now, how do you form the subjunctives, right? It is so simple. The present subjunctive is a mirror image of the present tense. If you know all the irregulars and stem changers in the present tense, then you automatically know how to do the present subjunctive. They are a mirror image of each other. The present tense has regular vowel, that is, AR verbs are characterized by an A, ER and IR by an E. However, in the present subjunctive, we go with opposite vowel. Opposite vowel for AR verbs is E. For ER and IR verbs, it is A. Example, I hope that it rains. Espero que llueva, right? That's it. Very simple. Opposite vowel. If you know present tense, you already know how to conjugate the present subjunctive even before it's taught to you, because it's just switching the vowel at the end, basically, going to opposite vowel. If you know all the irregulars and stem changers, right, of the present tense, then you 100% can do the present subjunctive 100% correctly. Now, the past subjunctive, how do you form the past subjunctive? Where AR verbs are going to end in ara, ER, and IR, iera. But if you do it this way, you can say, okay, well, there's some stem changers and irregulars, but let's forget about that. If you know the preterite, the past subjunctive is based on the ellos form of the preterite, with no exceptions. You take the ellos form of the preterite, like trabajaron. Take that final O and change it to an A, that gives you trabajaran. If you take the N off, now you have the yo form of the past subjunctive. Trabajara, trabajaras, trabajara, trabajáramos, trabajaran. So again, if you know all the quirkiness of the preterite, the stem changers and the irregulars, then you're going to know how to do the past subjunctive already as well. And that's why we spend so much time on the present tense and the preterite. The preterite is how we form the past subjunctive. So that's it. Very important to know the present and preterite in their entirety, and then you're home free. Imperfect's easy. Future and conditional, these are all a piece of cake. These are easy, these are easy, these are easy. This is where it takes a lot of practice and a lot of dedication, right? A lot of effort, a lot of instruction, a lot of study, and a lot of usage. And you'll get these. Once you get these guys down, you're home free for present and past subjunctive. Okay, check it out. If you haven't gone to profesorpablo.com, I invite you to go visit the site and pull down the drop-down menus and see what the ebook is all about. Thank you for tuning in. We're close to 5,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. Very thankful and very grateful for all of you. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and we'll be back soon.